Hi grade 4s, I'm here with your math video for today for Tuesday. Now there is an option to go into the assignments on Teams and you can click on today's math assignment. It will have been sent to you and you can do it right there and submit it to me and it'll keep track of it in a notebook for you called Class Notebook. So I'm trying that out. You don't have to. I know that devices are at a premium. You don't all have a device that you can use, but if you want to, you can. Again, optional. And let me know if you need help with that. But I am going to go through your math right now. We have lots of different things that we're working on today, so let's get going with them right now.
Okay, now I'm going to go through and solve it. I don't know why I paused my video, but I did. So to solve an algebra equation, so we look, something take away 5 is 9. So if we go on the other side and we go 9 plus 5, because plus is the opposite, addition is the opposite of subtraction, and that's 14. So then, this should be correct. 14 subtract 5 is 9. Okay, that one's good. We know that that guy's 14. Now I look over here. Okay, so I know this guy is 14, this weird looking dude. This unique looking dude. So he is 14, or she, and on this side is 25. So we have to find out what you add to 14 to get to 25. And so you have to find the difference between 14 and 25. So to do that, you could count up from 14, or you could do 25 subtract 14. Either of those are fine. I'm going to count up from 14. So 14 plus 10 is 24. Plus 1 is 25. So I counted up 10, 11. Okay, and now we can check that by going 11 plus 14. Yeah, 11 plus 14 is 25. Now we have to figure out this last one. So there's 2 5s plus this number, this monster who's 11. What would your total be? So 2 5s, right? These monsters are each worth 5. 5 and 5 is 10, plus 11 is 21. All right, now this one, I hope you tried on your own before checking in here. I'm going to give you the key fact first, if you want to look at this to help you get started, and then pause the video. Oh, nope, that doesn't work. I thought it was plus. See? Pay attention to the signs. So 50 plus 50 would be 100, but 10 times 10 is also 100. So we have that square fact, that 10 times 10 is 100. That is your key to solving the rest of these. Now pause the video and work on it on your own, then press play for the solution. So I'm going to work through the solution here. I know that this one is 10, and I know this is 10 plus 10. Okay, so something subtract 10 is 15. So you go on this side and you go, well, what's 15 plus 10? And that'll give me my original number. 15 plus 10 is 25. So then bamboo is worth 25. Okay, 25. Something plus 25. Cactus plus 25 is 30. So what is the difference between 30 and 25? That's how you figure out what this cactus is. Well, 30 subtract 25 is 5. 5 plus 25 is 30. Okay. This one, this one, this one. Now the only thing I have to figure out is 10 plus 10 times 5. So 10 plus 10 is 20, okay, because you always do your addition first. Addition, subtraction first. So 10 plus 10 is 20. And now 20, I'm just going to write 20 here to make this easier, times cactus, which is 5. So how would you do 20 times 5? Well, what if you did 2 times 5 is 10? And add a 0. So it's 100. Okay, so on to the daily math for today. We're going to work on number sense. Number sense. So write $90 in decimal form. So all you do is write a $sign, a 90, a point, and a 0, 0. Okay, write $480 in decimal form. So again, you make your S with 2 lines in it, that's a $sign. And then you write 480. You put your decimal point, and then with 0 cents, because it's not saying $480 with 1 cent. It's $480. And when I say decimal form, they just mean that you have the decimal point there showing how many cents there would be. So it's $90.00, $480.00. Draw the money needed to represent $8.50. Now you could probably think of many different ways to do this. I'm just going to go through quickly and do one example, but I encourage you to see if you could figure out another way. Maybe you have some money in your house, some change that you could count to make $8.50. So I'm going to start with a $5 bill. Okay, 5, and then I'm going to build up my dollars. So I have a $2 coin, and so 5, 6, 7. Then I have a $1 coin, a loonie. Now I have $8. For 50 cents, I'm going to do a 25 cent, a quarter, and a 25 cent. What is another way that you could think of to come up with $8.50? I want you to play around with that. Number 4, if you had 3 $10 bills and 5 loonies, how much would you have? So 3 times $10 and 5 times $1. So 3 times 10 is 30. 5 times 1 is 5. We're going to add these two together. So I take my total of my $10 bills and my total of my loonies, and I have $35. What is the value of this money? So I have $10 and $5, so 15. And now I'm going to count. So over here is 15. Okay, that's what I have in bills. Now I'm going to count my change. 15. I'm going to count my whole dollars first. 16, 17, 18, because this is 2 and this is 1. So 15, 16, 17, 18. So I know I have $18, 18 whole dollars. Now I put my decimal point, and that's where I'm going to put how much change I have. So I have 25 cents here, and then 10, 20, 30. And this is a 1 cent, that's a penny. So let's count. 25, 35, 45, 55, 56 cents. So it's $18, and then you put your point, 56, and 56 cents. Okay, now I am going to do these right on the sheet because I find it's less distracting for you all. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to use partial products for each of these. Now, don't stress if you're solving these in a different way. Remember, I just want you to solve them some way that makes sense to you and is correct. So when I do partial products, I'm going to multiply this, I'm going to multiply this, and I'm going to do this. So I'm going to multiply my ones, I'm going to multiply my tens, I'm going to multiply my hundreds, and then I'm going to add all of them together. So 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 10 is 20. 2 times 500, we'll just put your hundreds. 2 times 5 is 10, and then write a 10. 1,000. Now you could have just added, but this is the way that I chose to solve it. 600 is 6. Okay, and my tens, I only have 2 tens. I have 0 hundreds, and I have 1,000. So it's 1,026. Just going to grab a piece of paper to put under this paper. So I'm noticing my desk is wood grain, and it's having a hard time. My pen's having a hard time with it. Okay, now that's a little better. So I've got 819 times 4. So I'm going to multiply my ones, my tens, and my hundreds, and I'm going to add them all together. So first I multiply. 4 times 9 is 36. And it's just a 4 and a 9. There's no 10, so don't worry. You just write 36. Now the next one I'm multiplying in the 10 spot. So you could put a 0 here and just go 4 times 1 is 4. So it's 40 because it's 40 times 10. Now my next one I'm multiplying in the hundreds. So I need to put 2 zeros to hold my hundreds place. And now I can just go 4 times 8. So think of your facts. 4 times 8 is 32, so I would write 32. And remember, we were multiplying in the hundreds, so I have those 2 zeros there. That's all those are doing. They're holding the place for you. They're place value holders. Okay, now let's add all of my partial products together. 6 plus 0 is 6. 3 and 4 is 7. 2 and nothing, 2 hundreds, and 3,000. 3,276. Okay, now I'm going to move on to the last multiplication for today. Now, if you're getting these steps and you want to solve this, I encourage you to try it on your own and then use the video to make sure that you've followed it correctly, okay? Or that you have the same product at the end. So I start with my ones, then I'm going to multiply my tens, then I'm going to multiply my hundreds. So, like that. 6 times 8. So think, 6 times 8 is 40. Okay, so my video cut out, but I'm going to continue. 6 times 8 is 48, so I just put it there. Then I go and I'm going to multiply in the tens place. So you can put a 0 there for a placeholder. That won't hurt. That actually makes it easier to keep it straight in your head. And then you can just think 4 times 8. 4 times 8 is 32. So 32. So 8 times 40 is 320. 8 times 4 is 32. 8 times 40 is 320. That's why we put the 0 there, just to hold the space. Now we're going to multiply in the 100 spot. So I'm going to put 2 zeros to hold that space. 8 times 4. So I think 8 times 4 is 32. I've already got my place held, so I can just write the fact. 32, I can write the product. Now I'm going to add them together. So 8 plus 0 is 8. 4 plus 2 is 6. 3 and 2 is 5. And 3 and nothing is 3,000. So it's 3,568 in total. Let's move on to the other side of the page. The other side of the page. Now, we are going to look at fractions as equal parts. So we are going to start doing some fractions together. That's the last really big unit of math that we need to cover in grade 4. So fractions are no big deal. We're going to go back and practice fractions from in a really simple way to get you started. So this is just a little bit of a way to ease you into fractions as equal parts. So we know that when we work with fractions, we divide a shape into equal parts. This means that all the parts are the same size. So here's their example. Here's a square. We could divide it into 2 equal parts in a few different ways. So there's different ways to divide this square so that they have an equal part. In each square, the parts represent halves. The parts are equal. Okay, so in order to be a fraction, the parts have to be equal. That means that the size of one piece has to be the same as the size of the other side. So if you look, are the pieces equal in size? All of these seem to be equal in size. Those sides, my tongue's not working today. These parts represent halves here. Now we're going to look here. Do these parts represent halves? So they're talking about these ones here. And let's look. Okay, well that's not an equal. That one does not. Because this is not equal to that. This one does not, because this piece is way smaller than this piece. This piece is big, so it's not a half. Not a half. This one here. It's a little closer to being a half, but do you notice how this piece is bigger than this piece? So, Now this one, looking here, this piece is bigger than this piece, so they are not equal. Neither is this one, neither is this one, neither of this one. So these parts do not, no. They do not represent halves because, too worried about writing neatly, because they have pieces that are different size. Let's say have unequal pieces. They have unequal pieces. Okay, so circle the shapes that are divided into equal parts. Draw an X over the shapes that are divided into parts that are not equal. So for this part, guys, I'm going to let you do it. So I'm going to show you a few, but the pieces should be equal parts. So looking here, are all of these pieces the same shape and size? So you're looking for the same shape and size. Okay, they have to be the same shape and size. So looking here, are these the same shape and size? Yeah, if I was to cut out this piece and put it on top of this piece, it would be the same shape and size. So this one would be, now I'm gonna get my highlighter. Maybe it might be good to do this with you guys the first time. If you don't think you need my help and you think you've got this, go for it. I'm gonna go through right now and I'm going to mark the ones that are equal pieces and point out where you might get tripped up. This one is not equal pieces because if you look, there's tiny little pieces here. These are all different shapes. Nuh-uh. This one here though, these are all equal pieces. This one here are not equal pieces. So they get an X. And you are supposed to circle the ones that aren't equal. I'm just highlighting them, but you can circle them. I'll circle them with a highlighter maybe. So that's equal pieces. These two pieces are equal. These three pieces are equal. It's actually very pretty. These are all equal pieces. These are equal pieces. This one is not though, because you can see these ones are smaller than this one. These ones. All right, now on to down here. Well, this one is definitely not. I don't know what's going on here, but it is not. They already put the X there for you. This one, the pieces are not equal. This one, the pieces are not equal. This one, the pieces are not equal. This one, definitely not. Nope. 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 Ooh, this one here, the pieces are equal. Do you see how they're all the same size? This one, nope. This one, nope. This one, yep, 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 yep. Oh, better switch pens. So this one is equal. This one is equal. If you were to cut out any of these pieces and place it on top of another piece, they would be equal. This one is equal, and this one is equal, and this one is equal. So looking here, I want, if you're still not sure, have a look at these and really use your eyes to notice what is the same about ones that have the highlighter around them and the ones that have an X on them. Why do you think they have an X on them? Oh, I forgot to highlight this one here. And I'll circle this one here. So those are all our ones that represent fractions because they're divided into equal parts. All right, and we will continue with this next week on Thursday with more fractions. So hopefully you kind of understand this. You can make a note if you want to go into your class notebook for today and find today's math. You could just, even if you did this on a piece of paper, you could just make a note and said, I understood this. This was, easy, or I have questions about this, and then press submit, and I will see your comments and I will see your work. You could even grab the tool. There's a pencil tool just like I use in class on the smartboard, and you could circle or X right on here. So that is an option for this week. You can submit on class notebook or use class notebook to help you. So it's not mandatory, you don't have to, but I'm just telling you, if you'd like to tell me on using your class notebook, this is in your class notebook for today. All right, there you go. I hope that this was helpful, and fractions are fun. Okay, hope you like that. See, fractions aren't that bad. We are going to continue with fractions for the next few weeks, probably month. Get you guys all ready with all you need to know with fractions. But that was a nice introduction. Anyway, thank you for joining me for math. I will see you again on Thursday for another math video.